What's up? It's your boy Carsino once again, and let's get into it. Let's talk the top five, should say the worst five of the most unappreciated fighters in boxing. I think these fighters are just completely just unappreciated by the masses, and for I don't even understand the reason they don't even want them to be loved or appreciated or just anything. Number five, Richard Abreu. I mean, of course, he doesn't speak English. He's a Cuban fighter. He's not a knockout artist. They mostly box and do what they're supposed to do. Most people didn't know who he existed until he fought Brandon Rios, or Rios' first pay-per-view. Brandon Rios didn't look good that night. He said he struggled to make weight, but as you see, the movement gave Brandon Rios problems. Couldn't do nothing with the guy all night. It's a tough night. He got the decision, but Abreu was pushed into obscurity when many thought that they would hear or see him again. He came back and beat another fighter, one brother, I can't think of his name, African brother with the lion on his back, beat him, got his hand raised, and was pushed back into obscurity. So, I don't know. It's just something about him that they don't want him around. So, he's definitely number five. Number four, I'm going to say, is Kell Brook. You know, a lot of people knock Kell Brook. He's just from England. He ain't fought nobody. But if you look at the people he fought, look at what he did to him compared to what everybody else was doing to him. Kell Brook was putting hurting on these people. And I'm 100% confident he's going to do well once he hit the United States. He's already had a fight here before, but the upper echelon of names, I won't even say talent, I'll say names. And we'll start with Porter. Once he starts with Porter, then we'll see how it progresses. But he gets no credit, but yet they will give credit to this Amir Khan guy who is nothing compared to Kell Brook. Just don't get it whatsoever. It just baffles me the way the disrespectful level is on that end. Number three, Guillermo Rigondeaux. Now, a lot of people are going to say I was a Rigondeaux hater because of the Danier fight. The Danier fight, he really didn't impress me that much. I was more impressed because everything I said that he needed to do as far as fight with a more pro style, sit down on some punches and stop just trying to use his arm as a rangefinder for one shot so that he can move. You know, just actually sit down, throw some combinations from here and there. He didn't have to move. If he'd have went back and watched the tape, you just saw it in the Danier fight, like, I really didn't have to move right there. You know, I really could have just kept fighting. So, I think at that point, now that he's been in the game for a while, I think he realizes, like, okay, I got it. In the Becco fight, he showed it. He was tremendous. And I couldn't take nothing away from him. The press, the public, and they just don't like Rigondeaux. I just don't get it. So it might be a bigger conspiracy that I even know of, that they don't like Guillermo Rigondeaux. But hey, maybe it's a language barrier. Who knows? But he's doing everything that they've asked of him. So I don't see how you could penalize a guy for doing that. And number two on the list is Daniel Gill. I mean, he's fighting Triple G, so hopefully he'll get some credit now. But my gosh, this guy has fought Modine. He's fought all these countless guys. And the time he didn't fight Golovkin, he's ducking him. It just wasn't the right time. He defended his title. He looked great against Barker. I thought he actually won the fight. Barker did good boxing and things like that. But, you know, for him to be as small as he is at middleweight, he's actually durable, gritty, goes in and fights the right type of fight. And I think Golovkin is going to have trouble dealing with Daniel Gill. It's not going to be an easy walk in the park for him. This is the most skilled fighter he's ever faced. But this guy gets no credit for what he does. It's just unbelievable. I've never seen this before. Maybe he's from Australia. That's the reason, But yeah, it is what it is. Then you got number one on the list, and that is Timothy Bradley. This is the most underappreciated boxer in the history of the sport in the last 10 years. He's so unappreciated, man. It's like, what more does this guy have to do? You know how there's no promotion for Tim Bradley. You know what his promotion is? He has to come out and talk about how great the fighter is that he was fighting is over him. No matter if he wins or loses. He's got to talk about how great Marquez is over him. He's got to talk about how great Manny Pacquiao is over him. That is his promotion. Oh, well, Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter in the world. He's a world-class fighter and this and that. You just beat him. If you didn't get hurt at the end of the 5th round, you'd have still been beating on him. That's what people don't even realize. He was winning the fight until he injured himself. And he goes, oh, that's just an excuse. Tim Bradley was injured in the corner. Then you hear them talking about it at the end of the 5th round. So if he was getting dominated at that point, I could see y'all saying that, but it wasn't like he was losing. He had knocked Pacquiao 60 feet in the air. So I really just don't get it sometimes. This guy can win, lose, they still gonna hate Tim Bradley. They're gonna just not appreciate anything he's done over the years. This guy's beaten numerous undefeated fighters. He's a ballot for Hall of Fame with his resume. I mean, the only fight they could say he did not fight was Amir Khan because he was chasing a Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather fight. Woo! That's never been done before. I'm telling you, y'all got to cut this garbage out. Y'all really do. And I think it was, I want to say Giselle is her name, from Jamaica. Her and 78 got into this debate over men and women, over the T.I. situation. I don't even know how that got started. But if you want an answer from me about men and women and what everybody got to do, if you talking about biblical times or in the beginning, or you talking about modern times? Because in modern times, like here in America, yeah, we're all equal. Man and women are considered equal, and that's the way it's supposed to be in modern times. Now, if you go by God's plan, that was never the case. It was man, then woman. That's just the way the order was. But it wasn't something that was demeaning to women to be put in that class. To say, the man is the head of the household. He's meant to rule you. I mean, it's in Genesis 3, chapter 3, if you want to know, what. So they get right to it right away. In the beginning of the Bible, I mean, that's the laws. And if you see around the globe, this is the way it is. If you go to Iraq or Sudan, any of these countries, even China, it's always Japan, Asian. So the large mass parts of the world is in the household is the man's word that goes. The man says what we need to do, and that's that. And the wife is accompanying her spouse or husband or whatever and supporting them that way. And the household, the family, she has her duties. That's just how it is. It's an order. Since the beginning of time, that has just been it. It's nothing like I'm a male chauvinist pig. A woman can't do this, a woman can't do that. I'm not saying that. It's just America, the Europe, and European times and how they are with modern times of today is just how it is today. If women, they tell women you can do everything a man could do. And they go, that's right, I can do everything a man can do. And they just run around, they even tell them, you know what, you don't need a man. That's right, I don't need no man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get me a woman. So, that's just modern times. And so it depends on what y'all talking about, like where y'all going with it. But I mean, that's the best I could give you. And I'm the horrible cameraman today because the camera is like slipping out of my hands.